Well, shimming right along here on this newer alfalfa field here. This one we planted 2 years ago in the spring with the crop, and then last year that was the first time it got cut and ended up having to reseed it a little bit. Ran over with the little drill, then seemed a little thin, so chance, and field doesn't look too bad though. Brother and my dad are over here right now at the bar mowers. They're doing that little piece there, section line there, and then there's some pasture. There's actually a strip of wildlife here. That's why I stopped cutting here, because wildlife. But try to take care of some of the stinkweed here. Those ugly suckers. Because the road here, the old road, the blade operators bladed it like a few years ago and left a ridge, and I finally kind of smoothened that ridge out now. I mean, there's still somewhat of a ridge, but it's not as bad, and nothing but stinkweed grows there. It was so hard to cut, and so now I can probably take care of that stinkweed. And I had stinkweed in the tree row over here now too. It's kind of invading the field a little bit, and there's kind of stinkweed scattered all over. These bales will probably keep separate for this winter and feed ourselves, and yeah, try to get this stinkweed under control here now. But slowly but surely though, should get taken care of here. So rid of that ugly crap. So I'm gonna try to cut the rest of the day here today. So it's, what is the time? It's 3 o'clock already. Things are a little wet. I cut a little bit around the yard across the road by the blue building, and the trees there pretty wet, and tires are still glistening a little bit. She's just gonna be wet, so everything's covered up good. At least everything's nice and green again. Even though stuff's headed out, the grass and the alfalfa is starting to bloom now. So, but at least that kind of greened up everything now. And I set my windrow. Windrow is pretty much wide as possible. There's no reason to have it narrow, because usually I kind of was making it a little bit narrower the first couple fields I cut, and it was probably good that with the stuff that got rained on, but kind of narrowed it up because things were getting a little drier, and so helped save the leaves a little bit. But now, yeah, set the windrow wide, get it to dry down. Alfalfa's pretty thin this year. I mean, at least there's something there, and it seems like it's nicer along the tree row. I think because maybe it was protected. If it did get frost on it or something like that, I think it kind of protected it a little bit. And oh yeah, but thank goodness for the grass this year, though. That's gonna help. I'm confused as to why there's no standing water down here right now. I haven't hit any yet. I'm so confused. I mean, it's wet, but not really having a problem though. I think I can cut this crud down too. I don't think I'm gonna get stuck here, but why is there no water sitting here? I don't know why. Huh. Cutting out a little bit of the clover. This clover's got to get disked down here this week. So I'm coming in here because this wasn't seeded last year. Here it was too wet. But somehow I'm driving right through here with this. I don't know, but that's okay. That's good. That means this ground supported all that water, I guess. So it's a good thing. I'll make one more pass here then. Should do it for this. I can take some of this clover down here. It's low spot. It doesn't really need it here anyway, so bale up some of it. Knock down these weeds. I'll probably be able to disc right through here probably then. Oh, maybe I won't be able to disc through here because I'm not gonna have this baled up by then probably. God, this clover's insane. Wowzer. But the rest is that's gotta go back to the field, so. I know I get questions every year. Well, I'll probably get the question I'm disking this is, why don't you cut that for hay? It's like, no, this is for the soil here. It's not to be harvested. Unless we were in a drought, then we probably would bale it up then, but since it's not though, it's for the cropland here. The last 2 years it cut through water in here. Actually let stuff stand, but I don't know, is the water table just different here again? But normally there should be water sitting here after all that rain, and I don't know. Maybe there's water sitting somewhere else, but I mean, my tires are wet. This new alfalfa field is a little sticky, but it's supporting me just fine though, and even going through this low spot here, it seemed to be fine there. That's unusual. All these plants just have so many. The soil is opened up enough there where it's just water's just going right down. I don't know. But yeah, this new alfalfa field here, not too shabby for stunted alfalfa too. I don't know if I'm gonna get done with it tonight. It's already what? It's just about 7 o'clock already. But trying to get this field we really want to get cut because of the clover's full bloom, the alfalfa's blooming here, and before we get our next rainstorm, it's probably been the wettest field I've had to contend with so far today. Tires are kind of grabbing some dirt too at times, but not too shabby down here. Not a whole lot of grass really yet. That grass usually takes years, but with the clover helps the first year. We always put a little bit of clover in when we do new seeding, 1 to 2 pounds, and just helps fill it out for the following year and everything. All right, I think this is gonna be the deepest part. Yeah, didn't break through. I know water likes to set here. Tires are a little sticky. That's supporting me. I'm surprised. What in the heck? I never thought I'd be getting through that after all that rain. What the heck? It's so weird. Sometimes the soil around here is so weird. I guess this right here really isn't much water standing, but then I get 1.5 miles that way and a half a mile further west. It's just the water levels are quite high. In here, they're like not much difference right now. I know it's kind of hard to tell with the getting late in the day at the shadows. It makes it look thicker than it actually is, but it should still net pretty good, and that alfalfa should get to growing back right away with all the moisture. So definitely tell the swather's pulling a little bit harder in this field just because it's a little sticky, wet ground. At least it's riding smoother. The ground's not so baked as much anymore, so as long as the rain stays away, this should be some really, really, really nice stuff. Ooh. I mean, this thing was in cropland for quite a number of years, but just the weed pressure was just starting to get rough on it, especially on the west side. So we just had to put it into alfalfa, just thistle and some wild oats. Yeah, those are the two main things really. So this probably will be an alfalfa for quite a long time. Maybe 10 years from now it'll get busted up again. God, that's just crazy. can't believe there's no water in this pothole. What the heck? I'm so confused. Makes my job a lot easier. I can just see some of the thistle in here too. See thistle plants here. Yeah, you buggers, you're not gonna like being an alfalfa much. So, and this is the life of having organic, a little bit of organic crops yet. Can't use chemicals. Well, throw it into a hay crop. You get it cut once or twice a year, then they'll start fizzling it out. Well, it rained this morning again. Thunderstorms rolled through. Had about, I don't know, probably a 60 or 70 mile an hour wind gust. I don't know how high it was, but it also just kind of actually woke me up this morning. Just roared, rushed, and maybe only lasted for maybe like 10-15 seconds, and it was like over with then. But just got about 1/10 of an inch of rain early. It's a whole lot, but whatever. We're in a wet pattern yet, so gonna be brutal today and tomorrow. Field from last night yet. Just got done with the new alfalfa there, got done with that, just getting some of the grass there, the little low bottom there to finish cutting that, and then I gotta cut a couple paths over to the one Summerfellow field, just to cut down the grass so I don't drive over with the T9 and the disc tomorrow. Then plan on knocking that down tomorrow. I want to try to take the afternoon off. I got a little bit of paperwork yet to try to finish, but didn't take a day off this weekend at all, so I like to do that today while it's hot out. Take a few hours off, get this cranked out here, get this done, and then we're probably not going to be cutting till probably not till this weekend maybe, because like I say, it's saying rain Wednesday night and Thursday, and not sure if we'll get everything baled up that we have laying down. Depends how much it dries. It's supposed to be hot out, some wind, but it's high humidity, so depends if we get all this stuff baled up. But hopefully after Wednesday we'll be over halfway done with the first cutting. Then we'll have probably another 100 acres yet to do, and then focus on ditches and everything and other areas, and maybe some sloughs if they're not too wet. But yeah, but got to get done with first cut first, though. Well, that's interesting. We're supposed to have like 15 to 20 mile an hour winds right now. The trees are just moving a little bit. I got home here, parked, got the hose out to kind of blow the machine off a little bit here so I can do a once over on it, and I just noticed, where's the wind at? Of course, all the dust and everything just swirls here. Then just did a kind of a quick blow off on it just to kind of get the knife clean out so I can check the knife over, get some of the dust and everything off here. The machine wasn't too bad, just a little bit, more or less pollen dust basically. That's about it, but not too dirty yet, so it's kind of ugly out too. Hottest, ugliest day of the year so far. Tomorrow will be about the same.